looking at the candle wax. All of a sudden I'm thinking of Cheech and Chong. What do you do with all that education? I make table candles.
Mr. Vice President, we are on.
All right. My name is Benjamin Nordman. I am the Vice President of the Auburn Parks and Recreation Board, and I am acting in the absence of our President, Mike Makarowicz. And I'm calling to order the meeting of the Auburn Parks and Recreation Board this 28th day of April 2026 at 6 p.m. at the Riki Park Lodge. The first item on the agenda is the acceptance of minutes from the meeting of March 24, 2026. I would note that Mr. Makarowicz is not here today, and I was not here last week. So I believe, Mr. Superintendent, we might need to table that for approval to our next meeting. Is that fair to say?
That is correct.
Okay. With that being the case, I'll move to the next item on the agenda, which is the introduction of guests. Ms. Secretary.
Excellent. This evening, we have Ben Norton, Board Vice President, Don Winsley, Member at Large, myself, Allison Todd, Board Secretary, Eric Dittmers, Park Superintendent, and our esteemed guests, Kevin Webb and Kelly Ward. Come on down.
Very well. The next item on the agenda is communications. Mr. Superintendent, do we have any communications?
We do not.
The next item on the agenda is new business. And first item under new business is referenced as splash pad at Memorial Park. Mr. Superintendent, what can you tell us about that?
Yes, so as you've probably all seen and been notified that a splash pad is coming to Memorial Park. It is a cooperation between the city and Fortify Play. Fortify Play is decided in the city. We've been able to move that into Memorial Park, offer that as amenity for the city. The city will be taking possession of it and conducting all the maintenance, routine things that need to go along with that. But it will be in Memorial Park. It'll be on the west side of the current restroom facility towards the parking lot right there. Part of that improvement is redoing the parking lot in there and then the installation of the splash pad. So it'll be a great amenity. We're happy to see that come to the city. And it'll add a great benefit to all our residents. So we're excited and excited to partner with Fortify Play.
How will that impact our vision we've had in the last few years of Memorial Park? Sounds like we've got room to squeeze it in.
Yeah, we do. It plays right into phase 2 of that improvement plan. So that'll fall right in line with the long-term goal of the park.
Is there anything that we need to do in furtherance of the splash pad coming to Memorial Park, or is that just for public record?
It's just for public record, kind of a little knowledge with some drawings and things like that. It is going through routing tomorrow for all city entities. The connection to the water, connection to electric, all those things are going to happen at that point. And then comments, feedbacks from those departments. So
we appreciate you bringing that to our attention and spearheading bringing that to Memorial Park.
great.
The next item under new business is referenced as a courtyard request. What can you tell us about that, Mr. Superintendent?
This is a request from DeKalb County Domestic Violence Task Force. Requesting permission to use the fountain area on 7th Street, that area, for what I understand is being cutouts of people, and it represents and has some kind of like a kiosk with information on it. There was a further request on certain things. They were to attend this meeting, but there was a request that has gone unanswered for additional information, like how it's going to be mounted, tying timeframes, that type of stuff. So there was some things like that, the span, whether it's just one day, but I know this is a community-wide initiative. So, but I didn't have the information, at the time for them to get it back to me. So we're still waiting on a response. It's probably been four days or so. So I haven't seen anything yet. So the board can make a decision on this, or I believe it's gonna be, I believe it's in October 1st. So whether that's just one day, we're unsure. So this could be, until we get further clarification and a response from this individual, it might need to be tabled at this point, just not knowing some of the critical details that we need to make a decision.
I, Don Winsley, make a motion that this be tabled until we get said information. And the person who is spearheading this to come before us and present it.
Allison Todd, I second.
All those in favor of Don's motion to table this to the meeting of May 26, 2026, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries to table that request to the next scheduled meeting, which is May 26, 2026 at 6 p.m. at Reedy Park Lodge. The next item under new business is a courtyard request. Mr. Superintendent, what can you tell us about that?
We have Kelly Ward here to present that request.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ward.
Hi, Kelly.
I would like to respectfully request permission to put a inflatable water slide in Everett Park on July 18th. It is the Cedar Creek Cleanup Day, and we partner with Soil and Water Conservation District, Water Pollution Control, and the Boy Scouts. And when we gathered, we wanted to see if we could make this event larger, get more recognition. And we thought about having a water day. And we have had this inflatable water slide at one of our summer camps last summer. And wanted to request permission to bring that on July 18th to a water day / Cedar Creek cleanup day at our park.
Mr. Superintendent, is there a need to discuss liability with respect to the presence of this water slide?
The company that will come in, they'll come in and set it up and then tear it down, and also provide the insurance necessary for that. Also, yeah, they will carry the insurance, so we won't have anything necessarily liability. We'll collect that data from them or that insurance policy.
Do we know the name of that vendor?
It is Colleen Kelly.
I'm not seeing any requests for food or refreshments or anything provided. There's not been such a request made.
No, there has not.
Okay. Is there anything else you think we should know about this, or?
No, I think it's a great initiative to try and bring more people and more recognition down this, making it more of an event to, and focus point to Cedar Creek. Obviously, it's a water feature that the city has, and bringing in an additional portion of that, still being a water feature, might gain some traction, and we'll have more volunteers to clean up the creek.
Is there any other consideration amongst the board necessary for this before I actually will make a motion myself? Ben Nordman moves that the board approve the request of Kelly Ward on behalf of the Water Day program to allow an inflatable water slide to be provided by Colleen Kelly, subject to the procurement of proper insurance as approved by the superintendent for use on Saturday, July 18. Do we need to talk about time?
1 to 3.
From 1 to 3 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don Winsley seconds that motion.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed. The motion carries. Next, under new business is water slide request for summer camp.
That's,
Oh, that's it. I'm one behind, I apologize. All right. The next item on the agenda is old business. Do we have any old business?
I have none to the board.
All right. Moving on, the next item is superintendent updates. Mr. Superintendent.
Yeah, wanted to kind of go over, you should also have trail counts that we've gained off of Reiki Trail and the Waterloo Auburn Trail. And great numbers. Saw a pretty good decline in the front half of it during the weather. And we did keep the trail open and cleared and all that, but it was cold enough that we just didn't have a lot of people come out during that time. But I think we'll be right back on track here with some warmer temps coming up. So interesting numbers on how they work. But, and with Sunday being the top trail use and then Monday being the second. So.
Do you have any inkling, I guess is the magic word, of why the numbers might have decreased other than the weather that we've been dealing with?
That's the only thing I can come up with. I mean, we didn't have any closures, but we've kept the trail open over the winter months, and I'm just guessing it's just colder temps.
Okay.
But I don't have anything to back that up other than my own personal opinion.
Sure.
Any questions?
Any other updates for our consideration?
Yeah. I wanted to kind of go over a few things. First and foremost, we've had a rash of vandalisms at Memorial Park in the last few days here. Grass being thrown onto the restroom, inside of the restroom, into the drinking fountains. It's been, we do have cameras. There's some individuals that have been identified. As I know, there's no action been taken at this point, but we have released all the footage to the police department for their review. So we're hoping that can get resolved. We're spending several hours on the cleanup. When they throw it against the metal siding, the dirt, you can't just blow it off with a power washer. You have to go back and actually hand scrub that with a soft brush. So it's turned into something very labor intensive and obviously undesirable. And I hope that is resolved shortly.
I have it on reasonably good authority that when there is a victim in a crime, that the victim has the ability to contact the prosecutor's office seeking a restitution amount. Do we have the ability to submit that?
I believe it's being looked at that point, so we're coming up with man hours and all that to coordinate.
Very well.
Second item, we've had all the bleachers constructed out there for Memorial Park and placed in their proper spots. We've also had the cornhole boards placed at Memorial Park for use. We got a few more things to do. We got table tents to install on there yet and some signs for the fitness equipment. So we're working on that currently, getting locates and everything involved with that. So we're moving forward on that. That'll be done in-house. We also have the restrooms and concession stands. They are all up and operational, so they are open for the season. We had a few breaks that we've had to go back into and fix, but all in all, everything's up, operational, and good. I just hope the cold temps don't reappear when we go below freezing, because it's really detrimental to us, as drinking fountains freeze up so fast. So we're hoping for good weather from here on out. Adult softball program was to start last Wednesday. We were rained out at that point. We're hoping to restart that and have our opening night for adult softball coming up this Wednesday.
That's tomorrow night?
That is tomorrow night.
Oh, no.
Yes. I didn't want to say that. So, all the staff is really getting around, getting things picked up. We've had wind, so we're picking up sticks and getting everything ready. We have the mowers that have been in now for a couple weeks and knocking down the grass as fast as they can get a hold of it. We were remowing several parks just in the same week, just because the rate of growth has been somewhere between a half to almost an inch a day.
Wow.
So once we see the temperatures go up into the 70s and mid 70s, we're gonna have a resurgence, and we'll be mowing probably twice the entire park system, twice in a week. So that's all I have.
All right, any discussion or questions amongst the board for the superintendent? All right. The next item on the agenda is vouchers. Has everybody had a copy to examine and review the vouchers?
This was a pretty basic month. We have had the our AEDs are required to have pads for kids and adults, so we had to replace the kids pads are replaced every 2 years.
That's on page 3 at
That
the
is on
bottom.
page 3 at the bottom, correct? So we've gone through and replaced all those pads, and all our AEDs are up currently to proper operating standards. This page 4, the softballs, those are for the adult softball league, and that comes out of programming dollars and reimbursed by the teams through their registration fees. Page 5, we had our bucket truck had a crack in the bucket. That did go through the board for approval on the bucket, and that has been installed. And we are back in the bucket truck and safe so it doesn't fall off. That's all I have for the vouchers.
Does the board have any questions or comments of the superintendent regarding the vouchers? I will therefore entertain a motion with respect to the vouchers.
I, Don Winsley, make a motion to accept vouchers dated April 28th, 2026, starting with invoice number 7017, ending with 98461, in the amount of $14,533.21.
Is there a second to the motion?
Allison Todd, I second.
All those in favor of Member Winsley's motion signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. All right. At this time, I want to close consideration amongst the board and invite any guests to approach with with any concerns or announcements that they may wish to make. Welcome, Kevin.
Kevin West, and I have two items. I was curious on the timeline for the parking lot redo at Memorial Park. Do you have a
Yes, yeah, not exact, I can give it to you, Kevin, but it's, I believe it's in May is when the bid will be.
May.
Yeah.
Oh, bid?
Yeah, bid will be. It's gonna be-
Visit, what other things are going to be done this year for like phase two?
We're looking at potential dog parking now, some sensory equipment for the playground, and I think that's about it.
Okay.
For that portion.
The other item is following up on our flashing yield signs between them. And there's been like a lost order or lost, not order that hasn't been made on the hardware for that. And we followed up yesterday with the mayor, they're gonna order it tomorrow. So that's, and they didn't say how long it's gonna take to get that, but there's some confusion going on, and so I'm keeping on them as best I can and hopefully get that switched around.
I did hear that's moving forward.
Appreciate your diligence on that, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other guest concerns or announcements?
Last weekend, we had our Spring into Nature, and the Parks Department gave away 1,000 seedlings. And after that, the vendors had a great turnout, and Soil Water Conservation District had their best tree sale. So it was a really great event, great weather. And also on Saturday, we had our first relaxation retreat here at this lodge. And we had 20 participants come, and we had yoga and mindfulness art and a sound bath. And it was so nice outside. We got to do yoga in the park, and it was a great weekend. Looking ahead to May, we have school partnerships. We have one with McKinney, Country Meadow, Gerald Watson, and Waterloo Elementary. And they will be coming to Eckhart Park for programming field trips throughout May.
Thank you. I think I've mentioned it before, but the services, at least since I've been on it, explosive under your leadership. Thank you for all of that.
I concur.
Thank you. All right. Any other guest concerns or announcements? All right. With that being said, the next meeting of the Auburn Parks and Recreation Board is scheduled for May 26, 2026 at 6 p.m. at Reiki Park Lodge, 1600 North Indiana Avenue, Auburn, Indiana. With that being said, I declare this meeting adjourned. I don't think I need a motion for that, at least Mike never does.
That was a record. 6:23?
Text Mike and let him know. Would have been faster if I didn't mess up the water slide.